Hey, it's Pete here, and I'm here to talk about 5 ways that you can improve your bridge. I wanted to give 5 different tips and sort of delve in a little bit about them, of what you can do to actually improve your bridge. So, number 1 is you're lazy. You're lazy and you're playing this mental game where you are trying to minimize your effort. Stop that. This is a thought game. It's a logic game. Now, most people want to learn rules like second hand plays low, or 8 ever, 9 never, or third hand plays high, or lots of things to make you not have to think. But that's not how you should approach the game. What you want to do is work out why people suggest these rules. These aren't rules. These are guidelines, and you want to work out when they work and when they don't. So you want to pause and work out, is this still the right time to apply this? So second hand plays low. Why do we actually do this? Well, if we can take the setting trick, maybe we should do this. Are our tricks going away? And actually think about the game rather than actually just go, okay, I am meant to play this. Or even in the bidding, I've got 6 to 9 points, so I have to bid this. Why do we actually bid that? What are our aims? What are our objectives? So instead of trying to come up with these rule-based things and follow the rules that get you by most of the time, understand what's behind these rules so that we can actually utilize them and work out when you should be breaking them. And this will make you a much better player if you understand the reasoning behind it. So stop being lazy and actually understand the why behind things and actually take time to think. Now, the perfect time to be thinking is trick 1. So I strongly recommend if you just see dummy and play at trick 1, you're doing this way too fast. It should take like at least 15 seconds, trick 1. Even if declarer plays and you're a defender and it's your turn to play, take some time. Use this time to work out where are the cards, build a picture of the missing cards. Maybe you're coming up with a plan of how you're going to defeat the contract or make the contract. So don't rush at trick 1. Take your time. Stop being lazy. Number 2. Ask a better player to play with you. Have a game with a better player. So most good players or players just like being asked because it's sort of recognition that they're better or they're improving. So ask these players for a game and try and learn off them. Now, the best way to do this is you should also give back. If someone asks you, give them a game back as well. But ask some better players to have a game with you because they can help you identify your mistakes and where you can actually improve. Or if you can't get a game with a better player, at least ask them questions. So come up with questions about what you actually want to know about. And I don't mean questions that just are like self-serving that make it say, I was right and your partner was wrong. Actually ask them questions which you don't know the answer. Don't use them to just separate out arguments. But if you are genuinely confused about a hand, maybe it's a really tricky hand and they'll appreciate the problem as well. So go up, ask them for a game, and ask them for questions as well so that you can actually improve and get some of their experience. So I wanted to delve a little bit into how to actually give someone a hand. So one of my pet hates is when people try and give me a hand and they are really bad at explaining what the hand is. They're like, oh, you've got 18 or maybe 20 points and you've got some cards here. What do you do in this situation? For me, I want to know a lot more information about the hand. So if you are trying to give a player a hand or give them a problem, this is how I like to do it, which is first tell them their hand shape. Okay, so here, for example, we have a 4-4-3-2, always in order of spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. So I'd go up to the player and go, all right, do you want a hand? And they're like, yep, okay. And then you go, all right, so you've got a 4-4-3-2. Okay. Next, you tell them how many high card points they've got, and you say, okay, so you've got a 4-4-3-2 with 20 high card points. Then you go, your hand is ace king fourth, ace king fourth, ace queen third, 10 doubleton. Whatever cards you think are relevant, and this depends on player to player how much they're willing to take in. The more experienced they are, you might be able to say they've got ace king 10 of fourth spade, ace king empty, fourth heart, ace queen empty, third diamond, 10 Doubleton club. Now it's not perfect because you've got eights and things like that, or you can say you've generally got good pips, things like that. But the first step, give them the hand shape. Second, how many high card points, then go through suit by suit. And this is because it's a lot easier to remember the hand if you're giving it into chunks, that you can then confirm if you've actually got the right hand. Once they've got it, you can then go, it goes pass, one spade to you. How do you actually bid this hand? The second main important thing about giving someone a hand is make sure you've got it right before you start telling them, because if you do that, if you don't do it, what happens is, you've got ace king, you've got ace queen fourth, you've got ace, like that just drives me bananas. Don't do that. So anyway, number 2 was ask better players for a game, or just like ask them questions, and actually ask them genuine questions that you want to actually improve, not just to like prove that you're right. Don't ask them questions where you know the answer. Actually ask them genuine questions. Number 3 is read books or just practice away from the game. So do things to better your game when you're not actually playing bridge. So reading books is obviously a good example, and you can do double dummy problems, read books, watch videos, whatever it is, something where you can actually practice and improve your game, where you can like actually dedicate some time, take whatever you want to actually like slowly work through and improve your understanding of the game. Now, for me, some of the books that, like one of my favorite books that I ever read when I was first starting out, or like early on in my bridge career, was Killing Defense. Now, it's a bit dated in the bidding, but the ideas behind it are fantastic. So there are so many good books out there. Find a book, read a book, or at least practice away from the game. There's other things, like little things like the BBO counting game that you can do, which helps you with hand recognition. Gives you 3 numbers and you have to add up to the 4th one. There's lots of different things that you can do, but practice away from the game, such as reading books. Number 4, analyze your results. So lots of people just play bridge and then walk away and forget about all those hands. Use this experience to actually better yourself. So go through the hands. So if you get a hand record, look through, work out what you could have done better, discuss with your partner, like talk over the hands. Don't just like go, yep, all right, okay. But like try and remember the hands. So I did another video on how to improve your bridge memory. So you want to watch learn how to actually improve your memory so that you can recall the hands, so that when you're actually playing, afterwards you can actually talk over about what you actually did and what you can do to improve. So analyze your results, and by like going over the hands, talk over these with your partner. I've heard a good way of doing this is some people get very heated and want to try and defend themselves. So some partnerships like to email each other. They write down their questions and then do it in email form because it doesn't get as heated. That's a reasonable approach if talking directly after the game doesn't work for you. But go over the boards, work out what you did right, what you did wrong, any questions that you actually had. If you had some misunderstandings, then you want to clarify it. What was this card? What was my signal here? What should I have done? What were my other available bids? Would you have bid this way? These are some of the questions that you actually want to ask. And along that note, you want a good thing to do if you're a long-standing partnership is have system notes, so that you can, if you're not sure about the bids, you can go through it and look through the notes to see what your agreement is in this particular situation. So you want to build these over time, add in any conventions that you learn into it, and they're a good thing, like a good resource to go back on to make sure that you and your partner are on the same wavelength when you're doing your bidding. And number 5 is count more. Counting is the fundamental part of bridge, and most people learn to count trumps. Are there any more trumps out there? Don't stop there. Like, you also taught to count high card points during the bidding to work out how many high card points you've got, but count high card points during the play. Count out shape. Count out more than just the trump suit. If you're on defense, you can also count trumps. Work out how many trumps there are left. So count more suits, count high card points, count more. So you want to do more counting because that is the best way to get better at bridge. Most people are just lazy, don't try and count because it's not so easy. But if you're trying to get into this, you're not going to go from just counting the trump suit to counting all 4 hands. It's a building blocks. So what I want to suggest is that every time you go in, try and make it a focus that you will improve on this. So if you currently just count trumps, make it so you count trumps and 1 other suit. Okay, and do this until you're comfortable, and you can always do it. So I usually suggest that you are counting trumps and the first suit that's generally attacked by one of the teams. If it's the suit that you're playing on, or the second suit that declare is going to play on, something like that. Count a second suit, and once you've counted 2 suits, count 3. Once you've got used to 2, add in a third one, and then once you're counting 3 suits comfortably, what you can realize is you don't even need to count the 4th because you can just work it out from the information that you've got. So just do building blocks to slowly improve your ability to count on a hand so that you know, like, you can use this information. It is like the best information that you can actually get. So count more, work on counting. That's the best thing you can actually do. Anyway, those were my 5 things to actually improve your bridge. So number 1 is you're lazy. Don't be so lazy. Don't just rely on card maxims. Work out why. Understand the why behind these and actually put in some effort to work out when you should be doing these things. Don't just follow the rules in the bidding, thinking I have to bid this way with this hand. Understand why you have to actually do it. Number 2 was ask better players for a game or ask them questions. Also give back a little if you get asked, just so that we can keep this cycle going. And also talked about how to give better players, talk about hands, which is give them the hand shape, 4, 4, 3, 2. Then give them the high card points, 20 points. Then talk about where their points are. And make sure you know what the hand is before you start giving it, because that is really annoying when it doesn't happen. Number 3 was read books or just practice away from the game. Like, don't only use bridge at the table. You can work on your game away from it. Number 4 was analyze your results. So go over the hands with your partner, discuss any questions you have, and try and better yourself there. Don't just play and walk away. Number 5 was count more. Count. There's so many things that you can count, and make sure you do some counting. Anyway, those were my 5 tips to improve your bridge. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.